Easy Halloween DIYs that you can do. All right, so I have these baskets. I got them from Dollar Tree. I bought two of them, and I couldn't decide between the ghost and the little skeleton heads, the little stacked ones. They do make a sound. In the store, they made a sound at the register. I couldn't get them to do it. I don't know if they need the batteries in there, but at the store, they made the sound. But that's why I got them, because I thought that would be cute for that. I decided to go with the ghost because that was my original plan, to go with the ghost, and we'll save the stacked skeletons for something else. But the ghost, I knew that in the store too. They don't sit flush, but I was hoping, and it worked out, that I can just cut that little piece off, and you can still cut that piece off, and I think it will still work, even though mine didn't work once I got them home. But you can cut that little piece off right there and just make sure it sits nice and flush with the curve of the basket there, because you want it to touch, because you want it to be able to hold it up, because even though this is lightweight and we're just putting together with the hot glue, it does still hold stuff. You don't want to put anything too heavy, but you do want to be able to use it as your little tiered tray. I put a ton of glue. Put something down, don't be like me, because the glue did drip, but luckily for me, my table is very forgiving. It's an IKEA table, so they use that laminate. So as long as you get the glue up before it fully dries, it's really forgiving. Um, I glued that bottom piece down, and then I made sure everything's set nice. You can see how it sits nice. That's what you want to make sure. That's how you want to cut it, to make sure it sits nice. You can use a stronger glue too if you want, but I just used a ton of hot glue, and then I set that on there and let that dry. And that was really it for it. And my goal is that if I can get the little bottom, the ghost to work, then the ghost will make the cute little sound and stuff too. But this is it. This is how it came out. It is so quick, so easy, and it's just a cute little tiered tray. Or you can just use it as a piece of decor for this Halloween. For this one right here. Okay, so this is another little Halloween DIY using Dollar Tree items. I have these little ghost hats. I mean, witch hats from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of three, and then I have these pack of cups. You can get these in the party section. I was trying to decide which one gives more of a ghost feel. I think the little drink glasses with the bottom piece on there, they give more of a ghost feel. So those are detachable, so you don't have to use the bottom piece. I pulled out three of those because I have three witch hats. The witch hats at my Dollar Tree, they don't seem to be very forgiving. They continue to fall apart. That's my second pack that did that. But you can just hot glue them back together. I'm gonna give them one coat of white paint, just one coat, because I don't want too heavy of a coat there. I came back in and I did it with a sponge brush just to give it more of an even texture kind of feel, and it didn't have all of the streaks in it that the regular brush was giving, because I am only doing one coat with this. So I covered all of them, and I'm just doing on the outside for all of them. I covered all three of them and then let those dry. And then I came back in with this jet black paint, and I'm just going to paint little eyeballs on them. At first, I was going to cut the little eyes with my Cricut. But then I changed my mind, and I just said it's okay. I could just freestyle it, and it turned out just fine. They don't have to be perfect, but you can go in, if you go in with a thin enough brush, and do little touch-ups on the eyes. So you just decide where you want the front to be, and you'll just give all of them little eyes, and it's just really easy, real simple. And again, with the black, I just did one coat for that too. And like I said, you can just come in and do little touch-ups. If you make any mistakes with the paintbrush, it is real easy, real quick. And then I just took and put the witch hats on. Again, my witch hats had fell apart, so I had to glue those back together. But I said it's real easy, real simple to do. And then I glued those onto the top of the little ghost there. And that was it. So now you have little ghost witch. You can leave it just like that. I have these little LED lights from Dollar Tree. So they have like a little flicker flame. I only had two. I thought I had more. I only had two of them, but you can imagine how it would look with three. And I just thought it was so cute just to add those under there. And that is how those turned out. That was so quick, so easy. And you can change it up a little bit if you want to for yours. So I tried that viral TikTok Halloween candle that is going around. I don't know who originally did it, because there's so many TikToks with it, but whoever originally did it, it was so super cute. They used a different little skeleton, but I couldn't find that one. But I'm taking three Dollar Tree candles, so all of the items from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna take three Dollar Tree candles. I'm gonna take this wax melt just to give my candles a little scent. So I'm popping in some vanilla. I found these skeletons at my Dollar Tree. So the original one was bigger, but these are smaller. Some of these, a few of them, and this is just a black bowl that you can get from the dish section at Dollar Tree. They, of course, they have a bunch of other colors too. So if you wanted to do something different and switch this up, you can switch this up in a bunch of different ways. But there are four skeletons that do come in this little pack here. I'm only going to use three of them. They're all tied together with these little hooks on on the top of their heads. I'm just going to cut that off. So it cuts off real easy. These skeletons cut up real easy too with just a regular pair of scissors because they are like small, they're thin. But so I popped the top off of three of them, and then now I'm gonna place them in the little bowl. I was thinking about using their feet and having their feet poking out. The arms are movable, but not really movable, if that makes sense, because they are kind of stiff. So if you do move them, you want to just be a little gentle with them so that you don't break them off, and then you'll have to, place them back on. But I did cut off the legs because I was thinking about poking out their little legs out of the top of the candle. But I changed my mind and I didn't do it. So now I'm trying to come up with an idea, because I hate to waste things, to use those little skeleton feet. So the wheels in my brain are working right now for that. But I took the top part of the skeleton, and their heads do just swivel around too, just so you know. And I'm just going to glue those in place in the bowl. So you want to put everything in place beforehand so that you don't have to worry about doing it once you do it, because you can see they don't touch the bottom of the bowl, so they would sink. So you want to put those in place where you want those to be. So I'm just using a little bit of hot glue, like I said, to put those in place. After I did mine, well, after it dried, I realized I should have put the hands, like moved all of the hands to the side, because the hands, if you leave them like that, they will be in the way. But I took the candles, just a big pot of water, I boiled that up, and then I just placed the candles in. I put little clothespins on the end of the wick of my candles, just so it was easier to grab out once the candles started melting down. I put the wax melt, I put just one cube in each of the containers there, just to give it that scent. And then I was able to pull those wicks out with the clothespin. That made it a little bit easier. And then I'm just gluing those to the bottom. Again, you want to do it beforehand because you don't want to have to worry about placing those at the end. And I should have noticed at this point that the hands were kind of in the way of the wicks. So I don't know how that's going to burn. But I took and I poured those three candles. Just want to get something, to protect yourself, because they are hot. But this is how much it filled up with three. So I used the total amount of three candles for mine. I messed around with mine, like I said, while it was drying. So you can see a little lump there. So don't do that. Once it starts to dry, just leave it as is. Mine is still a little soft because it's not completely dry right now. So this is when I noticed that the hands were in the way of the wicks, and I didn't want to burn the wicks with the hands in the way, but they are sitting on top. So I'm moving those out of the ways so that they don't burn. When I do burn the candles, I'm trying to smooth it out, but it's best to do this beforehand. But this turned out so stinking cute. So whoever came up with this idea, it is super cute and it's super easy to do.